If you've spent thousands of hours trying to outreach and no results, this video is for you. LinkedIn is a $120 billion market, 1.2 billion users, 60 million companies, and less than 1% of people know how to actually profit by sending DMs in AI. And in this video, I'm gonna go over the exact AI system that I use, and it generated me about $700,000 in the last 2 years. My name is Freddie Pott. I run LinkedIn Operator. Me and my team have booked around 2,500 meetings, worked with Fortune 500 clients, and got them into like Forbes, YC Combinator, and a few other things. If you're a business owner looking to actually book more calls, scale, or you're a LinkedIn agency owner and want to build this system and sell it for $3,000 to $5,000, this video is for you. Because I was stuck, I was in a similar position. I was making around $5,000 when I was in London. I moved to Bangkok and my entire reality changed when I found LinkedIn. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. There's over 60 million companies on LinkedIn. That means there's 60 million potential decision makers who are CEOs, founders, that could pay you thousands of dollars to help them sign clients on LinkedIn or to sell your solution. So let's get into it. Now, before I tell you what's this AI system, how do I implement it, I want you to first understand what 99% of people are doing. Because for you to understand how to create it with AI, you need to first understand the basic fundamentals, because the fundamentals never fail. Now, I've created a simple guide about this too. It's in the link in the description. I suggest you pull it up on the side, and if you can't follow this, you're simply gonna fail because I've made it stupidly simple. Now, let's get into it. The first thing is the manual process. Now, I've studied this. I've looked at what other people are doing, and they're individually finding each person. They'll go type in founder of an AI company, and they'll individually click on their profile, look at their posts, and research them. Then they will write a message based off what they see, and that takes around 15 minutes per message. And you might be asking, well, can't I just copy and paste a generic message? How do you think that will work? If you open your inbox and you see a generic message, are you going to respond? Or if you see a personalized message, are you going to respond if it understands all of your pain points, it explains exactly what you do, so it's personalized to me, and it gives me a fair value proposition? A value proposition is basically a transaction. Is it a fair transaction? I get 10 book calls. If I don't get 10 book calls, I get a full refund. If you're interested, let's book a call. Here's my calendar link. Now that is an example of a personalized message because it understands the pain point of the specific person that you're outreaching to. Now, if we were to do this manually, that's around 5,000 prospects in a month if you really want to scale, and that's gonna take you around 1,250 hours. So it's impossible. And that's why we've made the impossible possible with AI. What we've done is we've created an AI that researches, writes, and builds a message to send in 3 seconds. And it also automates the entire process. And it cuts your hours in a month from 1,250 to 8. The first step is feeding your AI. Now, I've created a DM Trust Builder. It's a custom GPT that's trained on thousands of LinkedIn messages, successful ones and unsuccessful ones, and it will give you the entire blueprint that you need and framework to create the best message possible. Now, the first thing you need to do, and I've given you an exact guide, an exact prompt for you to prompt it with, and all you have to do is add your offer, your target, and your proof. I've created the exact prompt and the framework in my WOP and in the SOP that I created, so you can just copy and paste it. I suggest you do this at the end of the video because you need to watch every single step for this to make sense. Then once you feed the AI, what it's gonna do is it's gonna research in just 3 seconds. It's gonna look at the company news, the funding, the industry challenges, the recent activity, the personalization angles. Step 2, the AI is going to research the exact company. This is going to be a specific industry. For example, real estate. What it's gonna do is it's gonna look at all of the company news or news in general around the industry challenges, what are their pain points, recent activity, are they active on LinkedIn? What's the best way to reach them on LinkedIn? And personalization angles. How can you specifically lead and talk about their pain points or an outcome-based message? Meaning you're gonna give them an outcome, and what AI is gonna do is gonna find what are the outcome that they're looking for. For example, a business, they want to make more money. So what is the outcome? Make more money. How are you going to make them more money? You're going to make them more money by booking them more calls. How are you going to book them more calls? Through paid ads. So then you're gonna be able to create a logic ladder that makes sense in the prospect's mind when they look at the message. And this cuts your time from 10 minutes down to 3 seconds just because of this AI. Now, what is this AI? The AI writes the 3-step messaging sequence. What it's gonna do is it's gonna create a hook that's gonna be personalized, value, which is gonna be relevant, and it's gonna pitch a meeting. Because at the end of the day, you need to talk with these prospects over the phone rather than just through text. For example, saw you raised Series B. Most Series B SaaS companies struggle scaling outbound. I built a system that booked 20 plus demos a month, worth a 15-minute call. Now let's dissect this message so you can understand exactly what made this viral, so you can reverse engineer it when you're creating your own message with AI. Saw you raise Series B. This is adding personalization. Not many people and a lot of funded companies get messaged like, hey, I just saw you got funded. But if you're specifically saying Series B, it means you've obviously read them, you've done your research, and you know the exact funding type that they got. Next thing, most of the time, they actually do struggle scaling with outbound. It's a proven pain point. A lot of SaaS companies in their CTOs or in their organization, a lot of them are used to paid ads, or if they're a development heavy SaaS, that basically means a lot of their company is mainly developers. So they're not gonna understand how to go to market. So my solution of booking someone 20 meetings or 20 demos a month with outbound is gonna resonate with with them. Then I pitched them a 15-minute call. I didn't say I'm going to pitch them. I just said, is this worth a call? Is this worth your time to see if this solution would benefit you? And that kind of gives you the idea of how AI writes that messaging sequence. There's also a few other types like follow-ups, which is basically following up with a prospect if they don't respond. AI will build out the entire thing. All you have to do is look over it and then implement it. Now, same AI, different results. We implemented this for 2 AI companies, Raul, who's an AI agency himself, and Jessica, who's in recruitment. What we did is we created an AI custom to each and every one of them and built outreach campaigns around that. The results show for themselves. Raul got 50 calls per month and did over $120,000 in pipeline. Jessica, she did over $2.5 million in pipeline and was able to scale to $100,000 a month just with outbound and some content alone. Now the AI is the brain and the automation is the hands. So the AI is going to research, write, learn, and improve. And then the automation is going to send the messages automatically. You do not need to send the messages at all, and it's going to run 24/7 and only tell you when they respond. The math that matters. I could send 5,000 messages. I could book anywhere from 15 to 25 meetings per month. Now this is for enterprise deals specifically. So if you're selling something that's over $20,000, you're probably going to get around 15 calls. But if you're selling something that's $3,000 or even this system itself, you're probably going to be looking at around $20 to $30 to $40,000 in revenue within your first month if you do this correctly. And obviously I have a few examples that show you like this is proof. Raul, he did over $120,000 in pipeline. Jessica, she's now scaled to over $100,000 every single month by using the system. Now, there's 2 ways to profit. You can either use it for your business or you can build your own agency, your AI agency or your LinkedIn AI agency or your LinkedIn operator. You can become a LinkedIn operator. You can make $25,000 every single month if you sell this exact outbound system to 5 clients at $5,000 a month. And like I said, this is a $120 billion blue ocean. Barely anyone has penetrated the market and we are the only ones talking about it. So your time is now and it works. Now, less than 1% post consistently. 60 million companies need this. Like who doesn't want more business? And you're looking at a year to a 2-year window before this gets saturated. Imagine if you had the option to start an SMMA when Imran Gadzi first talked about it. Imagine if you had the option to start an AI automation agency before Liam Otley started talking about it. This is your time now because I am the only one talking about starting a LinkedIn agency. You can type it up for yourself. And we've got the results to back it. We've worked with Fortune 500 companies. We've worked with YC Combinator companies. We've worked with a lot of people and scaled our own LinkedIn operators to multiple 5 figures a month. Now, for you to get the free AI system, the DM Trust Builder, the complete setup, and the automation tool that I use to send the outreach automatically, I want you to go click the link in the description. It's the first one, and it will go over the exact SOP or the framework that I used. I want you to follow this step by step, and I want you to come back to the video if you have any questions or watch it along so you can see how it works. And if you want to learn how to create content and how I've been able to penetrate the $120 billion market of LinkedIn with content creation as well, click here for my video and you can go take a look at it. And again, I used AI to automate the entire process for both of these videos. So it's so simple and you can do this literally with a laptop and that's it.